Imagine if I just did that for the entire 20 minutes. Welcome to the Fluff, people. Pretty warm now, eh? Okay, we have reached 675 subscribers. It was actually kind of interesting to see, like, the moment we reached 666, I made a community post saying, like, we have reached the dangerous number, the devil's number, the number of the beast. And literally, as I posted this, an hour later, we already reached 667. I was like, oh, well, I guess that didn't last long. And last week on Thursday, it was on 674. So I was just like looking at it, it was just like, you know, just. And it never gained that one subscriber to make me go like, I have to record this now. Well, now we're here. We have reached it. We have reached it. Ah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. This SCP is written by EQ, and we already read. We already read all of EQ's works. The last one that we have from EQ was it's a little bit awkward because it's not on my YouTube channel out yet. What SCP? Yeah. It's gonna be 100 SCPs away from now. But so be it. The last one we have read from EQ was the person that everybody thought is the physics teacher. Like, it's just a random guy, and every time you interact with them, you just think like, oh yeah, that's my physics teacher. And he's over here like, no. No, I'm not. Please understand. I never even taught physics. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. I went into creative arts, okay? And y'all think I do physics? No. Please, just leave me alone about it. And then everybody's like, you clearly are. So it's nice to see that we get to like experience one more EQM work here called Rurik Inn, in brackets. Not in brackets, in quotation marks. Rurik Inn. Alright. Let's see, it was a bit of, not really a long one, but there's like a couple sections here. It's and of course, I have now learned that every 25, like every time you see 125 or 175, those are explained SCPs. And anything with a 00 and a 50 are the joke SCPs. That's the easy way to remember. But here we go. Alright. We don't need this. Option class. Euclid. Explain. See addenda. Special containment procedures. SCP-067 is to be contained on location at 02 Everett Road, Bristol, ME 04554. Everett Road is to be removed from all map databases and is to be labeled private property to discourage accidental trespassing. I wonder how many, like, if all the SCPs were, like, you know, considered like existing at the same time, which I got explained a while ago, technically not happening, because you know how often the world has been resetted in the SCP universe, that like some of the SCPs that come out now are just don't exist in the same time as other SCPs do. But if they all existed at the same time, I would argue the entire globe would be impossible to like wander around, because either there would be Foundation members just making sure you can go somewhere, or B, an anomaly which just pop up somewhere in the city that you live in, or in the town, or in the village, or in the middle of nowhere, even in a hut. Like, it would be impossible to live in the SCP universe if every single SCP actually existed at the same time. A fence is to be constructed around the premises and cameras placed within the property. SCP-067 is to receive follow-up examinations once per month by SCP-067's research team, based out of Site 162 in JVT. Repairs to the exterior are to be made as needed, though none are permitted on the interior. After thorough review, Foundation staff of Level 2 clearance or higher are potentially eligible for a period of stay at SCP-067. Applicants must fill out Form W-067-19, Both the security director for Site 162 as well as the director of the applicant's facility must approve the application. Do I have some water with me by any chance? I just finished drinking a Monster. I have a little bit of water. Time of continuous stay within SCP-067 is not to exceed a period of 3 days. This practice has been permanently suspended. Containment procedures for this item are undergoing extensive re-evaluation. See Addendum 067-C, which is all down here. Addendum 6. Oh, by the way, 3 days. I forgot to do that. 6/11/2004. At this time, SCP-067 is considered to be non-anomalous and has been marked as explained. The procedure outlined above are to be considered nullified and are preserved for historical purposes only. The building itself has been demolished and the land is now being used for Foundation weapons and technology field testing. Information regarding GOYL-19 has been handed over to the local law enforcement. Description: SCP-067, also known as Rurik Inn by its welcome sign, is a 20th century rustic inn located in Bristol, ME. The building has a total of 16 rooms and is in fairly good condition. From the exterior, SCP-067 appears and has been described to be completely typical for the architecture of Bristol, ME. The entirety of the inside of SCP-067 is covered with and inhabited by roughly 11,200 species of fungi. Now you just, by the way, hand me a little bit further back. I feel like for the special, for the subscriber special, we don't need him always over here. He can relax a little bit. He can lean back and be like, oh, I don't have to like read with this motherfucker. I'm good. Now is all that fungi just there because you're too lazy to clean up? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, Rurik Inn. Are you just not bothered by it and you just don't want to clean up, huh? Are you a dude by any chance? Fungi within SCP-067 has shown the ability to move and grow almost instantaneously and often tend to do so in tandem with each other. Several forms of toxic molds have been discovered within the building, though the danger this poses to the health of personnel is minimal and well within acceptable limits. Good to know that the toxicness in that building is minimal. That's not really a sentence you want to hear, though, is it? Don't worry about it. The toxic levels in this room is minimal. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It should be 0. Multiple species of animals, ranging from deer to pigs to squirrels to birds, etc., have been known to inhabit SCP-067. Animals bear tumors, growths, and fungal infections on the majority of their bodies, and have occasionally been observed walking upright while wearing formal clothing. These entities have been collectively designated -1. -1 appear to act as a caretaker of the inn and will often greet guests, provide them meals, and show them to the bedroom. Instances of -1 have so far not proven capable of speech but appear to understand English and some French. Well, interesting. Due to the currently unknown factors, both video cameras and audio recording devices do not function properly within SCP-067. As such, all research regarding the anomaly is conducted in person. Individuals entering SCP-067 have reported feelings of anxiety and unease at seeing both the interior of the building and instances of -1. It is not believed to be an anomalous effect, but merely a natural reaction. I mean, yeah, to be fair, if you walked into a room and it was just fungus everywhere and animals just like upright, just I too would also be like, I'm not sure if this if I want to be here. However, shortly after being shown to a bedroom, individuals have reported intense feelings of happiness and relaxation. Oh, interesting. Persons who have spent the night at SCP-067 have claimed they slept incredibly well, experienced pleasant dreams, and awoke content, refreshed, and de-stressed. Kind of almost like an SCP I just recently read, which will also not be out in a while on YouTube. But it's the one with the caravanserai, the caravan in the desert that like just pops up when you walk in the desert for 6 kilometers. And a lot of people say that, yeah, whenever you like stay over a night, you feel mentally much better, refreshed, and even like anything that you had a problem with before, you kind of have like a solution against it. Research into this phenomenon is ongoing. Show Addendum A. Okay, here we go. Addendum 067A. Recent soil analysis of the property of SCP-067 has revealed unusually high amounts of acetic acid adipoxy. I did not change my my all the outputs, so for you guys it probably will be non-existent. How do you say this? A waxy substance consisting chiefly of fatty acids and calcium soaps that is formed during decomposition of dead body fat in moist or wet and open conditions. And thiols. A waxy okay. A waxy substance made via the breakdown of fat tissues. Gotcha. Such substances are most likely the result of animal decomposition and could be a contribution factor to SCP-067's unusual density of fungi as well as its pungent smell. That makes sense. So that means a lot of like animal bodies are found dead in here. Okay. Further inspection has also revealed that the usage of recording devices within SCP-067 is only disrupted if the equipment used is particularly sensitive to external conditions, though what these particular conditions are is uncertain. It's not more so. Well, humidity is where fungi grow normally, right? Like it's definitely like humidity or anything that's moist. So is water maybe? Maybe not. The research team has changed their equipment accordingly. Recently, recorded footage from inside the inn has shown numerous discrepancies with the current item description. Notably, instances of -1 were not observed to greet, offer meals to, or show bedrooms to anyone, and at no point could be seen wearing clothing. It has been proposed that this could mean -1's appearance is altered by a cognito hazard. Oh, interesting. So Addendum B. Addendum B analysis has shown individual accounts of events occurring inside SCP-067 to be inconsistent not only with video recording but with each other. A confirmation test logged by Dr. Kleinsman, Dr. Orion, and several tripod-mounted camcorders has yielded the following results. Okay, here we have experiment B6, supervisor Dr. Kleinsman, date 5th, 2nd, 2004, location SCP-067, additional information. Preliminary supervisor notes, Dr. Loginova is out today, but I've decided to improve today's test regardless. Orion, I guess, will be filling in. Involved personnel, Dr. Kleinsman, junior researcher Emily Orion, containment staff. Procedure 1. Set up recording equipment in various locations throughout the house. 2A. Remain in SCP-067 for a duration of 8 hours and analyze surroundings and events. 2B. Remain within line of sight of the cameras wherever possible. 3. Record observation. So here we have a little bit of results. And here's the difference between Kleinsman, Orion, and camera. So Kleinsman saw first instance of SCP of -1 noted at roughly 1:33 p.m. in dining room, raccoon laying on the table. In the meantime, Orion sees raccoon on dining room table, 1:35 p.m. It's sleeping. Okay, so not too far from I almost I basically combined English and German. I almost said like not too far voneinander. Not too far from each other is what I meant to say. Cameras in dining hall recorded a raccoon having entered the dining room at 1:28 p.m. where he climbed up the table and slept for several hours. No evidence indicates this was an instance of -1, was likely an ordinary raccoon. So okay, so basically everybody saw the same thing on the first event. Here we go. Next one. Instance of -1. A deer approached us and motioned us towards the bedroom to 18 p.m. Deer was badly manged. Badly manged in this case. Does it mean like it's like there's like fur missing? Yeah, in British it's can I leave? Thank you. Jesus. Okay, manged. Okay, fuck it. At around 2:18 p.m., an instant of Dash 1 indicated through non-verbal means it would be making us dinner. Okay, so they see... Class 1 sees somebody pulling up to the rooms, while the other one's saying like, oh, they're preparing us food. Cameras in hallway 1 recorded a badly managed deer flailing wildly standing on its hind legs several times. Emily and I found a severed moose leg in the fridge at 4:55 p.m. Class 1 approached me at 4:59 p.m. with a moldy piece of food that appeared to be a chicken wing. The walls are moving. They're in the walls. Cameras in both the kitchen and the lounge recorded Dr. Clansman obtaining a mushroom-covered stick from near the fridge, mumbling the phrase they're working together, and proceeding to show the stick to Dr. Orion, who at the time was sitting on the couch in the living room staring blankly at the walls, which had no time moved. That's kind of creepy. 5:41 p.m. Animals in the mold want to show me something. I can see it in their sick eyes. General feeling of calmness. I've been shown my room by a lovely fox. He's sitting here on my bed. Thank you, fox. Time is 6:02 p.m. Cameras throughout the house now show Dr. Kleinsman intently observing several squirrels, all of whom act disoriented. Dr. Orion can be observed in bedroom 2 petting a taxidermy red fox. Not a taxidermy one. Post results supervisor notes. We can now confirm that the anomalous qualities of SCP-067 are not as physical as we first thought. All of the animals filmed during the experiment were most likely ordinary animals under SCP-067's influence. It is possible that the inn, or possibly the unusual amount of fungi inside, are affecting the minds of animals and individuals inside the building. This will explain the odd behavior observed among the animals. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of fungi anyway, like, right? Sounds like everybody's getting high on fungi dust. Of note is the fact that the deer mentioned in the above log bears strong resemblance to one that was struck by a truck driver late at night, roughly 3 kilometers away. Yeah, that. See article by Lincoln County News. Is that supposed to be? Oh, that's LCNME. So yeah, man in truck jumped by crazy deer. The description of the deer as given by the driver to the police department matches the erratic behavior of the deer described in the log. So yeah, when it says here the deer was badly manged, I do think it has to do with the fact like the deer is like acting crazy, but also was badly manged also means like it looks crazy, like as if it got hit. Like it does not look like well put together. It is clear to SCP-067's research staff that at least portion of the current description for SCP-067 is demonstrably. Is that what? Demonstrably? What is wrong with me? Demonstrably? Okay, now I know I don't think I ever said this. Demonstrably. That sounds so... it sounds off. False. It is likely we are dealing with a mind-affecting phenomenon, which is possible mimetic or hallucinogenic in nature. Show addendum 067C, which it did mention up here somewhere. Here. Reason why the containment procedures changed. Two containment specialists Armstrong from Dr. Kleinsman, subject 067 requests for immediate containment revision. Following additional soil analysis conducted by Dr. Loginova, has come login over, like it's like, okay. It has come to our attention that the organic materials inside and around the anomaly are emitting baseline radiation levels of 1 MSV/H. It is good news that we now better understand SCP-067, but bad news when you account for Emily Orion and I soaking up an average of 24 MSV, or roughly 10 years worth of background radiation exposure over the course of a single day-long excursion. And we've done 11 of those excursions in the past 6 months. It's almost certain why our original equipment was having difficulty functioning. See my attached schedule and get back to me as soon as you can. Die Radiation. Now addendum D. And and we have done already. Addendum 067D. As of the 6/11/2004, SCP-067 is to be considered an explained phenomenon. This decision was made after two separate and crucial discoveries. One, the discovery of a previously unknown fungus dubbed Orion's Cup, Calycem Orion. This fungus was noted to produce a chemical compound named CT4 that interferes with neurotransmitters, including the reuptake of serotonin and dopamine, resulting in mild hallucinations and a feeling of euphoria. CT4 is also responsible for partial loss of motor control. Though this effect is less apparent in humans, this accounts for the bizarre behavior observable within a majority of the animals in the inn, who are most likely drawn to the fungi due to it being a rich food source. It was also concluded that the presence of the fungi itself, while unusual, could potentially be explained by the presence of numerous decaying organics on the ground and/or high levels of radiation. Such scenarios are uncommon due to the nature, but are wholly within the realm of understanding. This reminds me of two different urban legend ideas. You know, well, actually, reminds me of two urban legend ideas, and of course, the Last of Us, because the Last of Us is all about fungus taking over your body. But it also reminds me of like the not deer story, and the Skinwalker story of like when instead of trying to pretend to be a human, pretending to be an animal. That's because like the idea of like a deer trying to stand on two legs, flailing all around. That reminds me of both the like a Skinwalker trying to like, you know, stand on two legs while being a deer. Like clearly not understanding that deers are not supposed to be on two legs, but in the same time, again, it also reminds me of the not deer, just that does stand on two legs and walks around. Two, following the identification of high radiation within the soil, excavation of the area was approved. I don't have my thing on, so no beeps. Was approved on blank by containment specialist Lisa P. Armstrong. Yes. This prompted the discovery of blank kilogram of uranium ore, as well as 29 human corpses in various stages of decomposition directly underneath SCP-067-EX. Examination of their bodies suggests the cause of death to be a variety of cancerous growth symptoms of chronic radiation poisoning. Various other materials found alongside the ore bear resemblance to those used in the making of nuclear reactors. It is believed that the decaying bodies, in conjunction with radiation, induced the flourishing of fungi within the building, which in turn attracted other animals. The individuals responsible for the presence of the bodies, ores, and materials designated GOY-L19 have not been identified. It is possible that this group is still active and are attempting to construct a nuclear reactor using expendable workers under unsafe/illegal conditions. The location and motives are unclear, but all relevant information has been turned over to both local and federal departments. If found, individuals of this group must be detained to ensure they do not pose an information security risk. Further perplexing in the fact that most of the deceased individuals were deemed to have died after the area came under Foundation control as SCP-067-EX. It is likely that SCP-067-EX premises were breached on the cover of night, as the security cameras placed around the perimeter of the area were not equipped with an infrared filter and functioned incredibly poorly in low light conditions. This in and of itself constitutes a significant Foundation oversight, and upon further inspection it is not believed that SCP-067-EX containment procedures were ever up to Foundation standards. Disciplinary action will be taken against SCP-067's EX containment team, as the oversight is responsible for GOY-L19's continued activity and consequently completely avoidable civilian deaths and potential security breaches. Oops, wrong. Wait. That's not the button I pressed before. Okay, so it looks like the chat became stalling soon again for some reason. I need to change that. But yes. Okay. Whew. It's always a bit eerie when like animals don't act the way they should. I mentioned Skinwalkers before, and anybody who watches Wendy Goon, like they know how much he mentions Skinwalkers in Creepcast. But at the end, Skinwalkers are a scary concept. It's like the idea of like trying to pretend something it's not, or trying to like imitate something. You know, that as a concept, it will always be terrifying. Okay, here we go. Scene. Would be this one. There we go. Yeah, not sure why that changes. Yeah, it's just the idea is always creepy, and so like seeing animals like the idea of animals like having a human-like behavior is probably not as creepy nowadays, because like we have like a bunch of cartoons where the anthropomorphic animals exist. So the idea of like animals walking 2 legs and having a conversation with you is probably like not that bad. But in the same time, you have to think they're not like at the end those are animated. And even like in live action, CGI, like they still like you can still kind of like accept it. But I think if you actually were to just exist right now and you just went into an inn, and you not only do you see like it's covered in fungus, which is already gross, very gross, but then you also see some animal that you normally associate with like walking on 4 legs, just like walking upright, coming over towards you, and just like just leading you to like a bedroom. You can't be like, huh? What? No, I'm not coming up. I'm not going up with you. Why would I do that? And it does not help that like if you are multiple people in the same vicinity, you both see different things. Like you see like of course the same animal approaching you or something like that, but the way the interaction is different, what they say or do is different. So you cannot even like rely on each other being like, yeah, remember when this happens? Like, no, that's not how it happened. It happened like this. You're like, okay, that's definitely not the case. And last but not least, does not help that like it's also radioactive. So the whole place is just do not enter. Just do, even though it's an inn and it seems lovely and you can sleep in there and like and you come out refreshed, the best sleep you ever have, don't enter. Just don't. Well, another subscriber special done. We're getting close to, it should be 680 right now, like close to that, which means that in another 15, no 20, pardon me, subscribers, we get another joke one. I'm excited. And I believe that's 700. Do I have anything special for 700 planned is my question. Let's see here. I do actually have a special reading planned for 700. Okay, that's exciting. That's fun. I hope we get there soon. People, the more people subscribe, the more stuff I can give to people, and I'm always excited to do that. I also appreciate all the support I'm getting for this channel. I do appreciate that people actually comment, be like, "Hey man, just keep on doing. I love your videos." Even though I personally just think like I'm not doing anything special. I'm just reading all the SCPs. I understand that like that takes dedication, but it's not like I'm adding anything like special flair to it. I'm just over here like, you know, taking, I guess the idea that like somebody's taking their time to do it is what people like appreciate about it. It's like, oh, okay, this guy is actually doing it. But yeah, no, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with it. Every subscriber special, I always talk about like I just really appreciate it. I appreciate that people even want to subscribe to begin with, and that's why I always like plan on like diving more into the SCP world by having other tales or side stories that I just don't read on Twitch set to be a subscriber special, because I'm like, okay, now I can go into that, because there's always somebody out there that's like, oh, I actually like this, but nobody reads it. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you guys so much for supporting me, for watching any of my videos, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, all that stuff. I really do appreciate that. Well, other than that, I got nothing else to add. Henry's over there. He doesn't have anything to say. He's relaxing. But yeah, I wish you all, the Afro's with him, wishes you all good morning, afternoon, evening, and a good night. Ciao.